It feels good linking up with you today on your favorite program, The Power Circuit. The transmission company of Nigeria, TCN, brings this to you to keep you informed about the power sector. I am Amara Agugesi, and here are the headlines. Minister of Power seeks support of the National Assembly on power sector improvements. We'll deliver more power transmission projects with support from the National Assembly, says TCN boss. TCN boss clinches the Energy Times Public Service Award for year 2023. Follow us to the latter on this program. We all want to see the power sector grow, and that is not just it. Every Nigerian wants to have improved access to quality and stable electricity supply. To achieve this, the Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, has called for the support of the National Assembly towards this. The minister made the call when members of the Senate Committee on Power paid an oversight visit to the Federal Ministry of Power headquarters, Power House, Abuja.
While hosting the senators at the ministry, the minister said the government has plans to significantly improve power generation in a few years.
On behalf of myself and the entire ministry and its agencies, I want to welcome the distinguished committee of the Senate on Power. You are welcome, sir. We want to thank you, in spite of the fact that the entire Senate is currently in recess. You still found time when you should be resting to come here and perform your statutory duty of oversight on the Ministry of Power. I welcome you, and I appreciate the support, the cooperation, the collaboration, the partnership that you have been giving us since I resumed duty as the Honorable Minister in the Ministry of Power. I appreciate you because they say cooperation, collaboration, and partnership is the name of the game now. When there is effective collaboration and very good relationship between the cabinet and the legislature, the country will definitely move forward. And I can assure you that as the Minister in the Ministry of Power, together with my colleagues, we are committed to achieving the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. We only seek for your support and understanding to make us succeed in this right. Having listened to the chairman on the purpose of these visits, I'm delighted that we have you here in our office today. I want to take that opportunity within a few minutes to also give you an overview of the general activities of the ministry, what we have been doing since I resumed and since this year actually started, what we have in plan for the rest of the year and for the first tenure of Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in terms of our commitment and desire to transform this critical sector for the better.
Chief Adelabu also called for concerted efforts to tackle the challenge of vandalizing power assets and infrastructure towards increasing the transmission-willing capacity of TCN.
So we believe that with good investment and flow of liquidity, we can revamp generation to nothing less than 8,000 if there is good demand for it and these are adequate transmission infrastructure. Today, the MDC of TCN is here. They are confident that they can still transmit up to 8,100 megawatts of power.
On his part, Chairman of the Senate Committee on Power, Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe, noted that the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria mandates the committee to carry out the oversight function.
We're here on a fulfillment of our constitutional mandate. That is in sections 80 and 81 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which enjoins us to have a look at what the different organs of government are doing. So we are here on a familiarization and oversight visit to the Ministry of Power.
Earlier in his remarks, the Permanent Secretary in the Federal Ministry of Power, Alhaji Mahmouda Maman, welcomed the visiting senators as he expressed the readiness of the ministry for the oversight visit.
Today we have in our midst members of the Senate Committee on Power who are here in the ministry for a formalization and oversight responsibility to us. Honorable Minister, sir, colleagues, this visit is very important to us, for us in the ministry, because as it is now, the sector is actually undergoing a very serious crisis and challenges. And we need the understanding of the members of the Senate Committee on Power for us to be able to deliver on our mandate. And that's why I say that this visit is very important. At least for me, that I came recently on board, I mean, I have had the goodwill and the understanding that you have had with the previous Permanent Secretary. And Honorable Minister, sir, I want to thank you for this understanding, and I do hope that, I mean, the committee too will also extend this goodwill to me so that we can be able to deliver and succeed on our mandate.
Sticking to its plan of enhancing the national electricity grid, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Transmission Company of Nigeria (TCN), Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, says the company is delivering scores of power transmission projects that will significantly transform the grid. Engineer Abdulaziz, while seeking the support of the National Assembly, disclosed this during an oversight visit of the Senate Committee on Power to TCN Corporate Headquarters, Abuja.
The chairman of the Senate Committee on Power, Senator Naya Abaribe, said the visit to TCN was due to the crucial role that the company plays in the national electricity grid as a public utility.
We are very well aware that Nigeria privatized its power sector, and the generation and distribution aspects are in private hands. So those were the areas that were privatized. But we know that the transmission company, for national security reasons, is still a government-owned entity. And that is the reason why we are here, to look at what your operations are and everything that you have been doing.
The lawmaker also said that the oversight function was to ensure that the members of the Senate Committee get to hear about the challenges and how they can intervene.
And so we are here to hear directly from TCN what is the real problem, and are there any things that we can do using the law to help you to make Nigeria be one of the countries that don't have to depend on their own installed power. And you can see the number of senators here. Even though we're on recess, there are more than 15 senators here, which means that everybody is concerned about the power problems of the country. So I will yield the floor to the chairman, MD of TCS, so that you can give us a full briefing on the issues relating to transmission in Nigeria.
Addressing the members of the Senate Committee on Power, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, said the company has scores of ongoing projects that are meant to expand and improve the national electricity grid.
What we are doing here in TCN, number one, is trying to expand the grid. As you know, the power system is dynamic. It is always increasing, and the people who do not light are always increasing in number. So you cannot say that you have finished expanding your grid. So this is what TCN is doing. Presently, we have over 100 ongoing projects which are ongoing, and if we are able to finish them, it will add a great value to the national grid. I want to take this opportunity to appeal to the committee to help TCN with funds to complete these projects, because these projects are hanging for almost 20 years. There are some that have started 2001, some 2007, 8, 10, up to 2023. The major problem we have with these projects is funding. There are some of them which we also have problem with right of ways, which we are making efforts to contact state governors to help us resolve these issues.
Engineer Abdulaziz further acknowledged the importance of the meeting, which was happening at a time when TCN needed the intervention of the National Assembly the most.
We hope that this visit will help TCN to achieve some of the goals we want to achieve with the help of this very important and powerful committee. Another issue we are facing is vandalization. You are all aware that we have reported so many times, both on the social media, on televisions, the extent of vandalism we are having in this country, especially in the northeast. A lot of transmission lines were vandalized, and some substations that are uncompleted, especially in the southeast, which because of lack of transmission line, we were not able to energize these stations. People went there and vandalized them. We are now trying to find a way either to take a moving truck or try and buy the equipment that were stolen or damaged. It is one of the challenges we are facing in TCN. The other challenge is, which I mentioned earlier, that's that of right of way. So we want this committee, if there is a way to enact a law which will allow TCN to have easy access to right of way. We know that all the land in Nigeria belongs to the state government. So by collaborating with state government, if there are laws, standing laws, it means it will be easier for TCN to construct interstate transmission lines.
Delivering a presentation, the Executive Director, Independent System Operation at TCN, Engineer Nafisat Ali, gave an overview of the national electricity grid, explaining the causes of system collapse and system disturbances, and how the organization has managed it.
For us to understand what system collapse is, what is a grid, simple. Interconnection of generation, transmission, and distribution network. All the equipment interconnected together so that power can flow from generation to distribution. That's just a grid, simple. There was a period that we didn't record collapse for more than 1 year. More than 1 year, precisely for about 421 days. It was calm. What did we do? We introduced what we call under-frequency load shedding scheme. It's still there, but I'll tell you the challenges we are facing with it right now. So, under-frequency load shedding scheme was introduced at that time to help us manage this imbalance, because that's what the system operator does 24/7. It does not go to sleep. Otherwise, there will be a problem. So, but the problem with the under-frequency load shedding scheme is that is a situational response. What do I mean by that? As your grid capacity changes, you have to continue to review it. So it's a situational response. It will respond, yes, but we've seen where it failed us recently and it led to a collapse. So, and then we tried to ride on the back of IoT technology to view this grid, causes of grid collapse in Nigeria generally. So what I did here was to separate them, the GenCos. So what we have right now is that there's no gas.
The Visiting Senate Committee on Power also had an executive session with the TCN management led by the Managing Director and CEO of the company, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz. During this session, both the Senate team and that of TCN took questions from members of the press and provided clarifications on them accordingly.
The Power Circuit continues shortly.
$6.5 there.
Guys, I have a business that can change our lives.
Business?
Business that can change our lives.
Guys, if money is involved,
Take it.
but you don't know the kind of business.
Business is business.
Okay, my guy. That's you. Let's read this game.
Real money. And there's a big market for it.
Wait, is it vandalism that you have brought me here to do?
Yes!
Something that can take me to jail. Something that can destroy our economy and spoil what the government wants to achieve.
Real money.
I can't. See this man. I can't.
Even you.
Shut up your mouth. I will never go to jail. Vandalism. God forbid. God forbid.
Look at the people I want to help.
I beg.
Please, Oga, I beg you. I beg you. This is the handwork of the devil. Please.
Be part of our economic growth. Do not destroy electricity power installations. Do not destroy government effort to provide electricity for all. Report any suspicious person found stealing or loitering around power installations to any security operatives close to you or to the nearest transmission company of Nigeria office.
This message is brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, transmitting electricity in the most efficient and effective manner.
In recognition of the giant stride the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, is taking to advance power transmission infrastructure nationwide, publishers of Energy Times have awarded the Public Service Award for 2023 to the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz. Let's take the reports.
The Energy Times is a dedicated energy newspaper and organizes the annual award to honor deserving heads of agencies and agencies whose activities stand out. At the 2023 Energy Times Award, which was held in Lagos, the General Manager Transmission of Lagos Region, Engineer Mujid Akintola, received the award on behalf of the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz.
The award for Public Service of the Year goes to the CEO, Transmission Company of Nigeria, Engineer Abdulaziz Sule. Engineer Sule. Engineer Abdulaziz Sule. Congratulations, CEO, Transmission Company of Nigeria.
In his acceptance remarks, Engineer Abdulaziz thanked the management of Energy Times for the award.
On behalf of my MD CEO, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, I want to say a very big thank you to Energy Times. We pray you grow from strength to strength. Thank you.
The management of TCN, led by Engineer Abdulaziz, has continued to make drastic reforms at TCN while deploying technology to enhance grid stability. Just recently, the company announced the deployment of Generation Deep Loss Detection System, GLDS. The company had previously launched the Internet of Things, IoT system, at the National Control Center, Osogbo in Osun State, to increase visibility and monitoring of the national transmission system. There was also a session for cutting of cake to celebrate the awardees at the 2023 Energy Times Award.
Thank you for being with us right through this edition. Let's get you through the highlights again. We told you that the Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, has sought the support of the National Assembly on power sector improvements. The Managing Director of TCN has assured of delivering more power transmission projects with adequate stakeholder support. In recognition of the ongoing transmission system expansion milestones, the TCN boss, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, has clinched the Energy Times Public Service Award for 2023. It was nice having you on the power circuit today, and we hope to see more of you. You can watch this episode and all others on the TCN YouTube channel. There are more avenues to interact with TCN. You can subscribe to the TCN YouTube channel. Will you search for TCN_Nigeria? On Facebook, you can like the TCN page, Transmission Company of Nigeria. TCN is on X, formerly Twitter, via @TCN_Nigeria. And on Instagram, search and click TCN_Nigeria. The Public Affairs team is always ready to take your observations and comments, and you can do this by email to affairs.public@tcn.org.ng. The company has also provided an interactive website, www.tcn.org.ng, so you can get more information about its activities. TCN desires to keep you informed on the go as you catch up with www.tcnnews.ng. It is a website strictly to deliver information about TCN activities to you. We urge you to always do your best to guard against vandalism of transmission lines, towers and substations in your locality. Also, do not encroach on transmission lines right of way and do not support this in any form. Always keep it up with the power circuits. Amara Agugesi says, have a lovely day.